is currently 9 o'clock at night. I am in a co-working session with my mastermind girl, so I've got it on my phone right now because I am waiting for today's vlog footage to get into DaVinci, and my computer was not meant to do what I use it for. So it takes a while for anything to cooperate. But I figured I would take the time and talk to you about productivity and how I manage to get everything done. And the first point being that I don't always get everything done. And in fact, there's almost always something left on the to-do list that I haven't finished for one reason or another. We are humans. We are not robots. We are not designed to do these massive to-do lists and get a ton of things done, and there are things that fall by the wayside. Honestly, a lot of the problem with the never-ending to-do list is the fact that we want there to be a never-ending to-do list. And before you get mad, hear me out. We don't feel like we are doing enough if we are not always stressed out, always on edge, always pushing ourselves to the absolute brink. Why? Well, this is a very long conversation, but to shorten it, there's a lot of expectations that we have. As human beings, we are pressed to hustle all the time, to always keep moving. As moms, there's even more pressure on us because we have to do everything. We have to take care of the kids, we have to take care of the cooking, and we are expected to pay the bills, and we are expected to, match our partner's effort. If you're a single parent like myself, we don't have anybody else to lean on. It is up to us to get things done. So we not only have to meet all of those expectations and make sure that our kids are fed and make sure that bills are paid, but we are also fighting against our own internalized beliefs about ourselves that have either been placed on us by society or family, friends, whatever. There's a lot of hate on single moms lately, and I'm not sure why. And we feel like if we are not grinding, then someone's going to see us as just another one of those bum single moms like Octomom who is only having kids in order to get the benefits, right? And that's not true for the majority of us, but we are so worried of what a few trolls are gonna think. And yes, trolls are real life, not just on social media, straight up in real life. We're so worried about what they're gonna think that we don't take time for ourselves. That rant, that soapbox moment to say that we have to get very, very clear on our expectations for our to-do list. A lot of the times what we will do is we will create this list of 50 things and we're gonna say, today's gonna be the day, I'm gonna get stuff done, I am so good, look at this, I'm gonna get it done. And we will bust our butt. We will push. We'll take care of our kids. We are going to be running and going. And the kids are going to be asking for your attention. And you're like, sorry, babies, go play on the Xbox, go watch TV, go play outside because I got to get this list done. And you get 35 things done. And that's a ton. You're exhausted and you went all day. You got 35 things done. And that's incredible. But now you're beating yourself up for the other 15 you didn't get done. So instead of celebrating the fact that you got 35 things done, you're beating yourself up for the 15 things you didn't get done, as well as the fact that you had your kids watch TV instead of hang out with you when you were getting stuff done. I promise I'm going to get to the productivity stuff, but this is really friggin' important. When you're a single parent, you are not going to be able to spend 100% of your time with your kids. Even if you work at home, even if you have created a life around your children, you're not going to be able to spend every waking moment. And what I mean by that is that we are always going to feel like we're not spending enough time with our kids because we are usually making up for another parent, and we are always going and trying to be both parents instead of embracing what we are and just being 100% of us. There are going to be seasons. There's going to be seasons where you spend a lot of time with your kids and you spend a little time working, and then there's going to be seasons where you spend a lot of time working and a little time with your kids. All of this is okay. There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. It's just life. It is what it is, and you are not a bad mom if your current season is not spending a lot of time with your kids. Because I don't know about y'all, but But when I am not working and I'm spending time with my son, or I don't know, showering, I am feeling guilty for not spending time working, making more money to get us in a better place. But when I'm spending time working, I'm beating myself up for not doing the dishes, not spending time with my son, not taking care of myself. And so it's this constant cycle where we're always beating ourselves up for something. That's a problem. And it's a really big problem, especially in mom culture, that really needs to shift. I almost always have things left on my to-do list. And I'm not proud of it really, because it gets me behind, but at the same time, I am doing the best I can with what I have. And I am the type of person that I would rather I'd rather go really hard and not hit the mark than to play it easy and not have reached what I could have reached by going a little bit higher. If you are someone that needs to complete a to-do list every day, your system is going to be different. Your system is going to be more streamlined, and your system is going to have a lot less items on the to-do list. In fact, if you are a mama who's feeling really burned out and just done, take your to-do list, pick 3 things, and those are the only things you're going to do today. If you do more than that, great, but those are the only 3 things. And then once you've done 4, 5, 6 days, 2 weeks of completing that list of 3 things, you're gonna feel a lot better, and your kids are gonna be happier because you're not gonna be nearly as stressed out, and you're not gonna be beating yourself up as much, which is only going to benefit you and your kids. Something that I have been working on over the last couple of days with my mastermind, I've been talking about this for a while. It's the Becoming Boss Mastermind with Faith Mariah. Some of us girls every day, we get together and we co-work, where we open up on Zoom, we work for 25 minutes, we hang out, talk, brainstorm for a few minutes, and then we work for 25 minutes, so on and so forth. And something that me and one of the girls are doing together is we're doing a 90-day sprint where we are just full on committing this quarter. Well, this quarter I'm going to grow with Video Live, but also we are going to go visit my son's dad for a month in Washington. And so I have to make sure that I am on track to get things moving, to get things done. So what I did is I made a massive list and I brain dumped all of the things that I wanted to do this 90 days. I let go of some goals, I added some new ones because I wanted to be realistic with what I had. And then what I did is I took those things I wanted to get done and I broke them into bite-sized tasks. I broke it down and I said, okay, what do I need to do to make this happen? What deadline do I want this done? Work backwards. What deadline do I want this done? Work backwards. Then I put dates on everything. Then I uploaded all of those things into ClickUp. I say uploaded, I typed it all out. You can't just like upload things from your brain in Notebook, unfortunately. But I took all of those things and then I loaded them into ClickUp. Once I uploaded them into ClickUp, there are these massive lists, each broken down by different categories, where I dumped all of these different tasks. I then assigned a due date to each of these tasks. So for the next 90 days, all of my podcast tasks, all of my worthy apparel drop tasks, I think I have a few more I need to add, as well as for my freelancing, like promotion, lead gen, things like that, they're all uploaded into ClickUp. And then I get to filter through and it only shows me what is due that day or what was due within the last week. That's what I have it set on. So that way, even if I don't meet a deadline, it's still on my to-do list and I'm not going to miss it because it's there. I only see what's due today, which doesn't let me think about the future and get overwhelmed. And then if I realize I can't get everything done, then I have to be really real with myself and say, okay, what am I okay with putting off until tomorrow and what really needs to be done today? For example, I am a few days late filming a workshop that I need to film for Worthy Apparel. I also need to film the bonuses for Worthy of Recovery, which is my 30-day journal for survivors. I was supposed to have those done, well, I was supposed to have the workshop one done a couple of days ago, and I was supposed to do the Worthy of Recovery one today. I thought about it, I almost did it, but I took a shower today, I got Axel to bed, and the workshop, because it's something clothing related, I would need to be put together. I have my Worthy Apparel like sweatshirt on, but I want it to be, I want it to look really good. And that's not something I wanted to do at 9 o'clock at night. So instead, I decided that was gonna get put off until tomorrow. And then today I am doing things that don't involve me being front facing. aside from the vlog. ClickUp is really beneficial, and that's the other thing about having all the next 90 days completely planned. I still have a few things I need to put in there. I have some more due dates I need to assign to things, but for the most part, it's already all done. So I did all of my thinking now. I waste, and I bet you do too, a lot of time thinking about what needs to get done that day, and you're making a list and you're trying to plan it out, trying to figure it out. That wastes a lot of time. I genuinely would waste 2 to 3 hours a day just going back and forth trying to figure out what it is that I needed to do, because I would start a bunch of things and I'd be worried and then start something else. So I'd work really hard but have nothing to show for it. Deciding ahead of time what you're going to do will save you a ton of brain space. Even if you don't want to do it on ClickUp to that extent, pull out a piece of paper, pull out a calendar, and decide, even if you just need to do 2 or 3 days at a time, decide what's gonna get done that day. If you write down that laundry needs to get done this Tuesday, then laundry needs to get done that Tuesday. You don't need to stress about getting all of the dishes done. You don't need to stress about, vacuuming all the carpets in the house. Your focus on Tuesday is laundry. And hey, if you have more energy after the laundry is done, then you can maybe do something that's assigned to a different day. But you don't do anything until after the laundry is done. That's the power in this. And it's hard, and it definitely takes some discipline. I am very, very new at this. Like I said, we're committing to doing this for 90 days. I think I'm on 2 or 3. I don't have it down to a science, but this has already helped me a ton. The other thing that really benefits me is having accountability. So this co-working that I keep talking about here on the vlog has helped me so much. And I thought, when I first heard about co-working and what co-working was, I thought it was stupid. Like, straight up. And I told the girls, I was like, I'm such an asshole, guys, because I didn't think this was all that cool. I was like, why do you need to work on Zoom? I don't want to work on Zoom. I can work by myself. But actually, co-working has become something that I look forward to every day. And my son's actually getting to know the girls in my co-working group because he walks in and he loves saying hi to them. This has become a habit for me over the last week and a half, and I love it. There's usually 2 co-working sessions, one in the morning, early afternoon, and then the other one in the evening, like right now. I love it. I get so much done. Like right now, for example, I am filming this vlog at 9:17 p.m. I would not be filming this right now if I wasn't in co-working. I would have just been playing on my phone while DaVinci took in all of my footage, and then I would have edited it, threw it together, and gone to bed. But since I'm co-working, I'm recording this vlog, which is gonna put me ahead tomorrow. So doing this while DaVinci's doing its thing. So that way by the time I'm done, I'm gonna be able to jump right in and get to work. And I'm gonna be up tonight planning out some of the things I need to do for an upcoming launch I have. So I am getting so much more done today than I would have had it not been for co-working. If you don't have anyone around you to support you, I highly recommend reach out and get some accountability. Even if you don't work for yourself and you don't want something like co-working, maybe you and a few of your girlfriends can get up on Zoom and do laundry together. You can do dishes together. Even if your mics are muted, or maybe you have music on in the background and you guys are all chatting while you do it, it's just the idea that there's that energy. You're all there together, working, hustling, doing it, holding each other accountable. And that's something that's a lot more beneficial than people realize. Because yes, it sounds absolutely ridiculous, because I don't know about y'all, after all of the Zooming I've done in the last 2 years, I'm pretty over it. But after doing it for so much, I honestly love it. I would be so happy if there was co-working for doing dishes and co-working for laundry. That's actually a good idea. Maybe that's something we'll do here on the channel in the future. Having realistic expectations. You have to know that things are not going to be perfect and you're not going to get it all done. It's not going to happen. And that's okay. It's totally okay if you don't get everything done perfectly. You're not a bad mom. You're not a bad friend. You're not a bad sister. You're not a bad whatever. You are human. And you're raising a human. And you're raising a human by yourself. And that shit's hard. It's time to stop beating yourself up and start celebrating what you've done. In fact, what I think would be a really powerful exercise for you, I shared this on my podcast episode, is to take out a list and write down every single thing you do in a day. Literally everything. If you need to, wake up in the morning, bring the notebook with you, and write down every single thing you do. Do you wipe a butt? Write it down. Do you do dishes? Write it down. Do you cook food? Write it down. Do you take your kid out to dinner? Write it down. Do you drive your kid to a friend's house? Write it down. Do you take them to school? Write it down. Do you help them with homework? Write it down. Do you clean? Write it down. Write it all down. Last time I had someone do this, she believed that she wasn't doing enough around the house. She was beating herself up. She filled 4 front and back, a total of 8 of what she did in a day. it completely shifted how she was able to communicate with her husband. It shifted how she was able to look at her and herself, because she was like, man, I'm doing a lot more than I thought I was. That's powerful. And especially as a single mom, that's incredibly important, because you need to see how much you do, and you gotta stop beating yourself up. If you can't do it for you, do it for your babies, because they're watching you.